Okay, this is where you're going to, when you first log into MyMathLab, this is going to be the first thing you see. This is the announcements page. So anytime that I add an announcement, maybe something important about extension on deadlines, anything like that, I will place it here on the first page that you see. But of course, I'll also email you. So let's go through the different buttons. The only difference between what you're going to see and what I have up here is you will not see this control panel, but you'll see everything else. So let's start with the syllabus. The syllabus button has the same exact syllabus that you saw on Blackboard. So again, if you click on it, same syllabus. Anytime you need to find my information, did you forget something? What did I say about when's our midterm? Anything like that you can find here. Same syllabus that you found on WebCT. Right here, if you click the calculator help button, this actually is an interesting link. It's the same link that you see on Blackboard, but what it is it takes you chapter by chapter. Anytime that you come across a problem where you might need to use the calculator, it gives you an example. So look at this, I just clicked on this. This was chapter 1 on page 36 in the textbook. It talked about generating random numbers. So it goes through the exact details on how to actually generate a random number. So anything in any particular chapter where they talk about using the TI-83 or TI-84, this particular link will help you with that. The next thing is the announcements, which is actually what you open up and see. The next button is the class notes. Now let me distinguish something. If you go to do homework, in the homework section, you're going to see this Chapter 1 overview. If you click on it, what the Chapter 1 overview is a PowerPoint that came with the book. It's not as much detail, and it's not. It doesn't have very much about the calculator, and it's not as detailed in the descriptions. But it is just a kind of a nice, simple, short PowerPoint you can work your way through, and it's similar to the class notes. Now the difference is between this and the class notes. Let's go back. The class notes are what I created, and you have a PDF version and you have a PowerPoint version. But it's the PDF version or the PowerPoint version. When you're over here in the class notes, these have a lot more detail to them. And it's more of what you would hear me say if you were sitting in my class. Very much more detailed, but also it does show you how to use your calculator in place of using tables that you'll see more so in Chapter 3, or starting with Chapter 4. You might see in the other notes them using tables, whereas in these I'm going to go into more detail about how you would use the calculator. So class notes, I said class notes calculator because this is again more details on how you use the calculator. So go to the do homework. Your homework assignment is actually what you're going to be graded on is anything that says homeworks, like homework section 1.1, homework section 1.2, homework section 1.3. That's where your actual grade is going to come from. Again, the overview is the PowerPoint that came with the book, not so much detailed as what mine are. This right here will take you directly to section 1.1 in the textbook. So this is the actual textbook, so that's the reason why you did not have to buy a textbook. You can scroll through, read the book at your leisure. Sometimes they'll have places where you can click on questions. Every now and then there'll be something interactive. But that's section 1.1. So the other thing in the homework section is an interactive video. You can click on that. It kind of stops and asks you questions. It's fairly interesting. And then there's the homework problems themselves. Now again, the homework problems, where anything that's labeled homework 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 is something that you are going to be graded on. So let's just look at homework 2.3. Anything that has this little symbol next to it means it actually has a video clip of someone working this particular problem. So let's just click on something like question 14. So it's asking you a question, and let's just say that you have no idea how to work the problem. You can click on Help Me Solve This, which is going to walk you through something similar. You have to hit continue, and then it's going to eventually ask you a question where you got to fill in the blank. So this is interactive. Whereas View an Example actually is not interactive. It goes through and it fills in. It doesn't ever ask you to do anything. It fills in all the blanks for you. The video, like I said, is the video of someone actually talking about this particular problem. The textbook will take you directly to 2.3. There's another way to get to it, the section where this came from. A calculator, this is just in case you don't have a calculator handy. It's a little tiny calculator you can use. The Ask My Instructor emails me. Something important you need to know about working your homework is you actually have 3 tries before, well, it actually already marked me wrong for some reason. But if I click on a question, oh, it's not letting me try it. But you actually get 3 tries. That's because I'm the instructors. You get 3 tries before it counts you wrong. And even after you tried it 3 times, once you get it marked wrong, when you go to it as a student, if it's marked wrong, there's going to be a little thing down here that says similar exercise. If you click on similar exercise and get that particular problem, it actually gives you credit for it. So you can actually get a homework, or you could get 100 on your homework by going back and doing something if you ended up understanding it later. So let's go back to the buttons over here. Part of your homework is also doing a pre-test. The pre-test, kind of puts you in more of a test-taking format. There are no help buttons on the pre-test. You can take them as many times as you want up until the due date. Notice the first 2 pre-tests are due on March 21st because that's the day of your midterm. Your midterm covers everything in these first 2 pre-tests. The last 2 pre-tests are due on May 16th because that would be the day that you end up taking your final exam. So you can do your pre-test as many times as you want to up until the due date. The gradebook helps you check out how your grades are so far. You can kind of check on, how did I do? Notice I haven't been doing very well. Here is where you can go to the textbook without having to go through particular sections. So up here, if you're having problems entering answers, like for example, if you don't know how to type in a square root of something, this will help you. There's a little tutorial on how to enter answers. There are other particular little buttons you can push up here. Notice that you can click into any particular chapter and it has homework, test. It actually has the book. Again, you can click here. This is a video presentation. This is just a little summary of what's in section 2.1, but the multimedia textbook section actually opens the book itself. So again, here's where I can scroll through all of chapter 2 at one time if I don't want to do it section by section. It also has some exercises if you want to do some extra exercises other than the ones that are assigned. You can go and work here. Communication is where you can email me if you want to. You can email me directly, or you can send the email through here. Now, the first time that you get into MyMathLab, the first thing you should probably do is run the installation wizard, because the wizard ends up telling you that you might need to update Flash. It will tell you that you need, what little plugins you need, anything you might need to make your computer work. So I hope that answers all your questions, and that you understand everything about MyMathLab and how it's going to work. Again, important topic is going on your homework. The most important thing I would like for you to know is that what you're being graded on is actually anything that's labeled homework 1.1, 1.2, etc. Okay, thanks.